South LA check in as the fathers of the slain victims from the sheriff's deputies definitely took off today in a march with the community control over the police. Real controversial shootings that left obviously victims all along the way, scarred families who wanted answers of Dijon Kazee, along with the Guardados and Webbers came together today and definitely honored their loved ones in a protest, peaceful protest, by the way, in which South LA Sheriff shut down their whole subdivision there on Imperial and Normandy. Unknown why they would do so, but in the past it's been, a lot of controversy surrounding this particular precinct and others as, a deputy gang allegations came out and there was no answer from Venezuela as far as, him actually going on record in which he was given a subpoena to do so.
After they killed AJ, the deputies, when they got away with killing my son, the deputies were emboldened to come around just hunting. They were just hunting young men in this neighborhood here. And they got some more. They got this young man right here, one of my son's friends. As long as there's no accountability at the sheriff's office and they're allowed to continue investigating their own crimes, this is going to continue. Somehow it's got to stop. People got to stand up for their God-given right to defend themselves and their constitutional right for equal justice under the law. That's the key right there. Because as long as the sheriff's department continues to investigate its own crimes and they have implied immunity from these crimes, we don't get our equal justice. And just because you have a badge doesn't give you the right to go around killing people. It's not a license to kill.
I want justice! That's all I want! Somebody gotta be held accountable!
That's right. That's right!
Somebody gotta be held accountable!
That's right!
Justice for Dijon Kazee! Justice for Dijon Kazee! Justice for all the lost lives! Justice for all of them! All the families is here! We're in unity right now! We want justice! All we ask for is justice! Accountability! Be accountable for what you did! You got to stand up!
They scary!
You took a badge! Be accountable! We want justice for all the families who's been affected by all of this that's been going on. We want justice. Justice for Dijon Kazee.
De nada, y pues queremos que pronto alguien haga algo por nosotros, porque yo creo que
pain. There's a deep pain and a deep hurt that reemerges that doesn't leave him because he's lost his son, and he knows that Eddie Kazee must feel that same pain in his heart every day, knowing that their sons were murdered by the police, by the state. Every day is a difficult situation to deal with that reality that your loved one was taken away by the state. And he also mentioned the frustration at George Gascon for kind of freezing these investigations and not being transparent and communicating. He says that he'll fight for justice until there is justice, that they will never give up that struggle, that every time he knows that all the parents understand, all the families understand the feeling that he feels. That feeling of knowing that the love of your child is still with you, that will never leave, but that it was stolen.
Justice for AJ Weber!
What's his name?
AJ
Weber!
That are here.
AJ Weber!
What's his name?
AJ Weber!
When AJ Weber was killed, I was pregnant with my son. He's 4 years old running around here. We still ain't got no justice for AJ. We've been marching all up and through these neighborhoods. Justice for
those cops out there!
You know Villanueva is up for re-election.
He got to go.
Gotta go.
He got to go.
Well, wait a minute. Let me put that. What did you say?
I said he got to go.
He got to go. How many agree with him? How many agree with him?
He got to go.
He has got to go.
He lied.
He's no good. He's not right. He don't even answer us. When we call him, he think he's above the law, but he's not above the law. And as long as we have breath, as long as anybody has forgotten what happened to Dijon Kizee, he will have to go, and we will never forget.
So these deputies have a history of brutality and terrorism in Westmont, in South Central Los Angeles, in Compton. As Miss Molly Bell said, Sheriff Villanueva is up for election in less than 75 days. And so we have a job to do out in this community to make sure that everybody is registered to vote, and everybody that is registered to vote does vote on November 8th, because Alejandro Villanueva can no longer be the sheriff in Los Angeles County, because he's presided over a criminal terrorist organization, and everybody knows all the gangs that proliferate through all the different stations across Los Angeles County. And Alex Villanueva himself comes out of the Banditos gang at the East Los Angeles station.